Okay, so for this sprint, I was focusing on fleshing out the centipede, so I was able to get the FSM implemented. The centipede head has 3 different states: move forward, turn, and poisoned. So every time we move forward, pretty simple, we just update our X position. Every time we turn, we will go ahead and rotate our sprite, and just as before, use smooth circular rotation with sine and cosine. And once we finish our turn, just as before, we will change these variables, so we'll start moving in the opposite X direction. And then basically with our poison state, we will keep turning down towards the bottom of the screen, and once we reach the bottom, we'll change our state to turn, just move upward once, and then we will resume normal behavior. Then with our centipede segment, pretty straightforward. We have a Q for both position and rotation. We initialize it with a few values at the start, and every frame we get the position and rotation of the segment in front of us, add that to our Q. Then we set our position and rotation to the value of the Q that's at the very front and pop that. So the segment is only acting on the values in its own Q. It doesn't have to worry about making any of the movement decisions that the head does. And then once a segment is destroyed, either hit with a bullet or collides with us, first we will remove that centipede segment altogether, and then the trailing one we will turn into a centipede head. We'll assign the pointers correctly. We'll also spawn it with the correct direction, and then remove the segment it's replacing. And then looking on past comments, specifically with the flea, I did alter the code so that the mushroom manager is the one that actually checks if there's a mushroom at the current position before a flea plants a new mushroom there. So the mushroom manager does that as opposed to the flea calling that function directly before. So once we go ahead and run this, you'll see the centipede at the top. It is moving correctly with the segments. We can start to spawn in some scorpions here with the poisoned mushrooms. And while that's making its way down there, we can also start to shoot it. We can see that it starts to break off and spawn other mushrooms. And then once that one hit the poison mushroom, it starts to work its way down to the bottom. And then once it reaches the bottom, it turns back up and resumes normal behavior. And then if I go ahead and just run this again real quick, I will also spawn in a flea to demonstrate the 2-hit health. We hit it once, it starts to move faster. We hit it again, it will die. And then also taking a look at the bottom here, just demonstrating the factories as well, we will see that once they are terminated, we are also deleting all of our recycled items properly that we spawned.